Good day to you. I'm Spenta and I live in USDA Zone 7. I'm a landscaper and I am very thankful that you're watching my share today. I welcome you to my channel. If it's the first time that you're here, please take a moment and check out my playlist. I have lots of playlists over gardening in different seasons and in particularly for USDA Zone 7. Today is a wonderful day. It's a warmer day, so I will be planting my onions in today. It's about 45 degrees Fahrenheit, and it's not going to take much work to plant my onions in. I spent about $2.54 per bunch of onions, and that's actually nice because if I'm actually looking at my onions and going to separate them and take a look at them, which I have done over here just for convenience prior to planting, there looks to be about 40 to 50 onions in there. These onions are actually going to grow into large onions. So these are not onion chives. They're actually onions that are going to be whole onions. So the nutritional facts is actually great. I know many people like to cook with it just for taste. I like to eat it raw, and I also like to cook with my onions. I like onion greens. Onions are really great because they're high in vitamin C, B6, and a great source of potassium. Today I will be spacing my onions in the ground. I've already prepared some soil, and I actually have some onions because I like to do different types of planting methods, and this here, it is some onions that I planted earlier. So what I will be doing this here, I've done a bi-weekly onion planting. And as I mentioned earlier, if you do 250 or 254, so this the two bunches together cost me about $5. That's not a lot of money. And if you do bi-weekly planting, that means that you're going to have about 100 onions every 2 weeks giving produce to you. So onions are cool climate crops, which means that if you plant 100 onions today, then you plant another set of 100 in 2 weeks from now, that means that you will have 200 onions. However, you harvest them differently because you will be harvesting them bi-weekly. Onions, after you plant them, take anywhere from 90 to 120 days to become full grown, so you can actually harvest and enjoy your onions as a full grown onion. So keep that in mind wherever you are. Onions don't like to make it below 25 degrees Fahrenheit, so keep that in mind. They are cool weather climate. However, they produce well when it's above 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Somewhere between 50 degrees Fahrenheit to 70 degrees Fahrenheit is their optimal temperature, so keep that in mind. I will be raking and planting some more, and I will be sharing that after I plant my onions. Don't forget, onions are great to plant. Keep in mind the soil does matter. I have my own compost. My compost is my own produce. It actually is leftover veggies, manure, and grass clippings. So my compost is organic. Everything I plant is organic. I sell my seeds, and I care about landscaping, gardening, because this is what I do for a living, and it's actually fun to eat your own produce, your own crop, and to eat what you sow. It's always to reap what you sow is what they say, right? So it's always a good thing to eat good food, and not just good food, but it's not the food that matters. It's what you're putting in your body actually that matters. So if you are eating good food or good produce, or if you're treating yourself right, meditating every day, eating healthy, doing the right thing, then you're treating your mind and you're treating your soul. Well, I'm going to get started, and I need to go ahead and get started to plant these red onions down, and I need to go ahead and put the white ones down. I also like the yellow variety. There's nothing wrong with any of them, but as you can see, I've done a bi-weekly planting, and those are all yellow. So I will have a variety, and don't be worried. You can mix match. You can plant together. You can make rows and plant your one row of yellow, one row of red. You're not going to have any problems with your onions coming up or cross-pollinating or anything like that. Just remember, no bees running around this time of the year because it's very cold outside. As I mentioned, it will be getting colder and cooler later on. Right now is 45 degrees Fahrenheit. After I get these planted in, I will share it with you and let you know what it looks like. For now, let's get started on planting my onions here, and let's see how much space these onions take. Keep in mind that I've done a bi-weekly planting, so if you see onions that are coming up, that's a result of my bi-weekly planting. I planted them a couple of weeks prior to this video, and this is another one of my plants that's sprouting, so it's always nice to see sprouts coming up from the ground. It's hard perhaps for you to see it, but let's see if I can get very close. Trying to get a close up of this. There you go, right there. There's the greenery. I like looking at green. It's not just my favorite color. It reminds me of brand new beginnings, and I love planting. Here we go, back to the onions again. Just going to zoom to the point and get started. I'm Spenta, and I'm very thankful that you're watching my share. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and continue to watch to see how these onions turn out. Here we are. Onions are planted in. Not all of them. Again, I'm Spenta, and today I'm spending my day planting onions. It's a beautiful winter day. It's about 45 degrees Fahrenheit outside. Onions love winter weather. Depends on your winter though, right? I don't live in Alaska. I live in USDA Zone 7. So let's get a closer shot at what those look like. Right now, they're under the ground, and that's how you want your onions to be planted. What you'd like to do is you'd like to cover them afterwards, just like I've done here. So you're going to cover them, and this is what is going to be left over of your onion in the ground. Let's see if I can get a clear shot real quick right here. I have some sun, and I'm very grateful for that because it's winter and it's cool. Again, if you haven't been here before, I live in USDA Zone 7, and today I am planting onions. I'm Spenta. I'm a landscape artist, and I enjoy gardening. I will definitely continue to share the progress of my onions with you. I do bi-weekly planting. As you can see, I've got my yellow bulbs already planted, and today I'm planting my red and white onion bulbs. Again, I'm Spenta, and I thank you for watching my share. I'm looking forward to my crops growing. Onions are, again, a winter crop. Winter crop being said, so they like cool weather. They like cool weather in my area. Looking forward to my produce. Let's continue to go ahead and plant as I have a much more work to do. Here are some onions that have been planted and are going to go under cover pretty soon to get cover from that winter cold. This is the difference between an onion that has been just planted and an onion that's been planted a few weeks ago. Again, I'm Spenta, and I'm here sharing my progress with you. Let's take a moment and look at the gardens. We should have over 100 onion bulbs in the ground at the moment, which is what we do have, and estimated time for the bulbs to mature and give us full onions are about 95 days to 115 or 120 days, depending on your weather, your climate, and what you're dealing with. I did use my own compost, which includes cow manure, veggies, leftover veggies. And also it has scraps of grass. It's all organic. An organic compost. I feed my plants about every 8 weeks. And looks like, from what I can tell, my soil can handle from bi-weekly planting, because that is what I do, looking right there, versus here, looks like I should be expecting my crop to get ready anytime between 90 to 110 days. It is now winter time in USDA Zone 7. I'm Spenta, and I just finished planting onions in the ground. I love bi-weekly planting, and I enjoy gardening. I'm a landscaper, so if you have any questions, do let me know. This is what they look like when they're all covered up. There you go. They're so gorgeous. Plants are amazing. Not only that, they're nutritious and they feed us. Now, my goal is to become a self-sufficient gardener. And in order to do so, I have to save seeds. These onions will grow and they will flower. You can leave a couple of onions to flower. When they flower, they will also self-seed. You can also grab their seeds and save it for the next season. Just remember that it is a process. Whether or not you're planting onion bulbs or onions for chives. Again, I'm sharing the end progress with you, as I started in the beginning planting onions, and now I have finished. Looking forward to my cold crop produce. I'm Spenta, and I wish you a beautiful day and happy gardening. Don't forget to check out my playlist, hit that subscribe button, comment, share, and hit the like button. Let me know if you have any questions about your zone or about anything that I have in the ground. I wish you a beautiful day, and I thank you for being here and watching my share. Until next time, happy gardening.